is like, this is where I wanted to kind of say something, because you have this scenario where Kamala has to, she's kind of like in a situation where she has to say whatever the people want her to say. It's almost she has no freedom to speak. And I mean, she's part of the Democratic Party, and it's a party of slavery. It was people who wanted to oppress people, and kind of how it is. Not saying that if you are a Democrat now, that's what you want to do, but just the bottom line was that this is one of those things where you have a scenario where these people are actually doing something and oppressing a person to say exactly what they want to say, and she probably gets yelled at or coached or beaten or whatever happens, but she's not allowed to speak what she wants to speak. So
she didn't answer any questions. She lacks personality. She's not like any. She's nothing burger, unfortunately. A flip flop back and forth, and I feel sorry for her because it's like almost like she had no freedom to say what she wants to say, and so because of that, she's just an empty burger. I mean, like,
well, here's something interesting though. I wanted to say, what happens is, like, when she was talking like clearly is when she's talking against, like, like talking for abortion or talking against Jesus, and so with that, she was very clear, and you can understand, you can hear the voice, and there's like this off script of that part where you can actually see how she's dispassionate about the Lord. She has no desire whatsoever. Not saying that I know her heart exactly, but there's going to be, Bible says many people will say Lord, Lord in that day, and Jesus will say, I never knew you. So this is the kind of scenario there. You have it where you're not sure. You can tell by a person how they respond regarding the Lord, and regarding even the thing about babies. There's an aspect to that. It's like, how do they not understand that Planned Parenthood was invented as a eugenicist by Margaret Sanger to destroy the inferior races? The whole thing of Planned Parenthood, that if you look at the racist roots of Planned Parenthood, you will see that was designed to destroy black people. And so here she goes in the black church talking stuff, and honestly, that's something that you have to kind of look into. She has to be very much held accountable for that. Here you go. Here's some more.
They gave her some hard questions to answer, and she had a hard time answering it. And it's like she can't say what she really feels. And then one did the whole Jesus Lord thing. Oh my goodness! And she went to a black church to try and rectify that. Please, people, can everybody just see right through that? And this is not how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be able to just kind of come in and just convince people on skin color or appearance. You have to have some substance.
Right.
If you don't have substance, you're not gonna. The world doesn't joke with that. You can play Emperor New Clothes.
Right. So what happened? Let's look at some of the comments. All right. Let's look at some of my comments I received. See, the thing is, like, you have it where come on, comments. All right. So what happens is this, right? You have a situation where it's like you have it where. Okay. I have to pause for a second. Comment and pause. I can't pause it and comment at the same time. Oh, here it goes. Okay, so here it goes. Here's what we have. So here's some of the comments. All I'm going to say is that we need to go watch Candace Owens' special and Kamala. Let's see. Blank, blank, blank doesn't either. Everything you said is Trump. Stop the BS. And I replied. Hopefully I reply. It goes, hey, go make your own video. Tell him what accomplishment. Tell him what accomplishment she has done. I'll say how she totally is scripted and inhuman. So pretty much, you could go read the rest of the comments. She doesn't seem to have anything. She doesn't seem to have anything available to her for her to be able to speak on. It's one of those things where it's like, it's just have it where she's able to speak, but not able to really give any ideas or any personality. My thoughts is this, right? My thought is like, she was she's in a situation where she has to kind of just say what's in front of her, and so because of that, she's unable to say no. She'll speak very clearly about women's rights and women's rights about the whole abortion thing, and that's something a big question people talk about, because it's like, in abortions, there are babies who are women who are getting yeeted, and that the whole thing about abortion is that it was designed to eradicate the black people, eradicate people of color, people, I can't believe I actually said that, but people of different ethnic groups, right? Because I only say the word race because we're all the same human race, but the bottom line is, like, we all could have babies. Everybody from every white, black, green, white, black, brown, everybody can have kids together, and we have mixed children all throughout all the world. Even she's a mixed person, so it's like one of those things. Like, you have it where each person is like, each person is one of those things where it's like, we're a combination. So when you have this situation where she's just like, when she went to the black church, I said before that they should have shouted Jesus the Lord at her, because she does not mention the name of the Lord at all, meaning the Lord Jesus. She does not have a relationship with Jesus Christ. You can't, I don't 100% know this, but Jesus leaks out, okay? You have to shout him. You got to say it, because you cannot deny him. He says he won't deny you. If you deny him, he remains faithful. So, but the thing is, everyone has to, every knee will bow, every tongue will confess Jesus Christ. Even Satan has to declare that Jesus is Lord at some point, right? So if somebody who doesn't even want to declare Jesus is Lord, right, goes up in a black church and says everything but Jesus' name, even using Jesus' parable, that's crazy. That's given no reference or no source. Like you talk about sources, that's one of those things there. So there you have a situation where it's like, people get a chance to come in and talk what I said, but I'm saying say no to the mamala. Say no to the mamala, okay? That's my thing. I'll say it again and pretty much say no to the mamala because she doesn't have anything, no compliments on her side. And even though I'm kind of like a little upset with Trump and things happening regarding his stance and different things like that, I am more likely to vote for Trump than I am for Kamala, because Kamala has proven that she has done nothing and that things have been handed to her. And even this thing that happened with her, it's such a confusion. Go, you like this, right? She called Joe a racist she called him a racist, a segregationist, and all these things. And then she dropped out of the race because Tulsi destroyed her. After that, you have it where Joe picks her because she happens to be a dark-skinned woman, and he brought her to be a vice president. So she accepted, even though she called the dude a racist, right? Because, the Democrats have this thing about voting for whoever, regardless of whatever, because they're on the same blue ticket. I don't know, it's weird. And then so happened now when they went to invoke, and she defended him in terms of, like, she stayed out of the limelight. She didn't do the border jar thing. She just stayed out of everything. And so finally, they said, you know what, he didn't do the 25th Amendment to get rid of Joe Biden. Instead, what they ended up doing, they did this kind of like a thing where he said, I can do it, people, I can do it. I got the strength, I can do it. And what they ended up doing was that they actually pushed him out. Nancy Pelosi gave him a conversation and said, oh, he did it for the sake of democracy, but, nobody voted for her again. And so now she's the nominee and people are going for it. And then in the beginning, it was crazy. Everybody's going so strong. She's the best. And I'm like, how is she the best? What has she done? It's like giving the chess player, you get championship chess player when in fact you didn't earn it. So now you go to play chess and you don't know how to play chess. Like, what's this? It's like, it's it's the knight. And what is this? It's the board. You don't know this stuff about the chess game, and now you're going to be thrust into it. This is the DEI hire type things where somebody's not qualified for something and you push them into it. And so here it is. She was handed the vice presidency because she didn't earn it. Nobody wanted her. Now she's going to be handed, quote unquote, the presidency that she didn't earn again, to be forced into the limelight. It's like they want us to be taken over by other countries. It's like they just want us to go there and become victim to other countries. Like, other countries are not going to, go easy on us, I mean, they can infiltrate our media, they can infiltrate our government, they can infiltrate our military, they can infiltrate, even our politicians. They're sure as heck going to be able to easily take over us. And that's one of the things, I'm not talking fear-mongering, but if you don't have a person that's strong enough to handle a situation, you're going to have a problem with people in the world that really just can sense and don't fear weakness. One thing, immediately when they started talking to Trump, he had Ukraine. Zelensky was like, yes, I'm sorry about the whole political, you had him like that. You had him like that, okay? That's how he did it. The situation is that Kamala doesn't have anybody like that, really. Honestly, she can't even answer a question in an easy debate, and she gets easy discussion. So again, say no to Mamala. No to the Mamala. I'm not voting for her, and pretty much I don't think you should either. That's my opinion, because she doesn't have anything that's worthy of presidential, and she's been given everything. And now you have Obama and you have Clinton going out there saying, had the person been vetted, this lady wouldn't have been yeeted, And the other one too, if Clinton, Obama's like, oh, you guys should vote for her because she's black. And I was like, hold up, she ain't black. She's Indian and Jamaican, and she's not from America. I'm like me, I'm not from America. I was born in the Caribbean. I grew up in New York, but I can't run for president here or anything like that. I can run for a different position, but not for the president position, because I'm of a different culture when I grew up. Long story short, it's like when you grow up in a different culture. She grew up in the Indian culture. Her culture was she was born here, but she was raised in Canada. And under Indian culture, and so she has nothing black in her at all. So that's one of the things. But they're saying that she is, and so because of that, it's one of those scenarios where you're just like, you're just kind of saying, well, maybe she's, something there.
She's not answering any questions.
Answer any questions? Nope.
No matter what she says, there's no answer to it. It's always some kind of platitude, and always comes back from this word. It's like she lacks ability to answer any questions. She lacks personality. She's not like any. She's nothing burger, unfortunately. I'll flip-flop back and forth. And I feel sorry for her because it's like almost like she has no freedom to say what she wants to say. And so because of that,
So that's the thing right there. There's also no freedom for what she wants to say. She can't even talk a normal sentence. Every sentence reverts back to a previous sentence that you've heard before, and it goes into a tirade of like some kind of like, you know, a thought loop or something, some kind of like, you know, loop that goes round and round and round in circles. So that's one of those things, you know, you have a scenario where it's like that. So for the most part though, you have it where you realize that you're not dealing with a person, you're dealing with a robot. And I'm sorry, if you vote for her, you're voting for a robot, and you don't even know where she stands. That's it. So just say no to Mama. That's all.